All right, sixth graders. The second part of lesson 11.2 on evaluating expressions is on a concept called combining like terms. Combining, when we're talking about combining, we're talking about adding. Most of the time, your book talks about, just says combining, but it really means adding. Adding like terms. Okay? And let's talk about what like terms means. Like terms are terms that look alike. So, you've been combining like terms ever since you learned how to add. Alright? 1 plus 4 is, you are combining like terms when you add these numbers. 1 plus 4 is 5, right? Then we went to some integers, and we learned about combining like terms. 1 plus negative 4, Andrew. Positive 1 and negative 4. Negative.
Oh yeah, negative 3.
Negative 3. And these are like terms. We can add those because these are talking about ones. 1 plus negative 4 ones. Remember when we did those models and we crossed out and things like that? Okay, we were practicing adding like terms. Jacob? Alright, that's not important right now. So concentrate on this. We're going to talk about adding like terms like this now. What if this wasn't 1, but it was 1a? Okay? And 4 A's. Well, these look alike because we're talking about not one of like the number 1, like $1, but we're talking about objects, or we're talking about something, the number of variables. So this is 1a plus 4a's. And we can add those together. Alright? This is the numbers, what it would look like, and this is what a model would look like of that. Okay? How many A's is that, Grace?
That's 4, or that's 5.
5 A's, yep. And this is how you'd write it. 5 A's. Or 1A plus 4A is 5A. Okay? Now, sometimes the variables are negative. If we had 1A and negative 4 A's. Now, we're taking away, right? We're finding the difference in the numbers. So 1A plus negative 4A is negative 3 A's. That's what we're talking about when we're combining like terms. Sometimes you can add them. Sometimes they're positive and negative when you add them. And you can only add them when they look exactly alike. Okay? Now I'm going to give you some examples of terms that are not like terms. Terms that you cannot add together. Alright? Okay? Right. Right. And as long as they're the same letter, they're like terms. Now, if we have 1n plus 4 A's, can you add those together? No, they're not alike. This is 1n, so that stands for a different object or a different number than the 4 A's. So we can't combine those. Okay? We can't combine a number and a variable term. If we just have 1 plus 4 A's, the number 1, this could be like $1 and 4 apples. Okay, you can't add $1 and 4 apples and say Say you have 5 of anything, because they're not alike. Yeah, they're not 4 apple dollars though. It's $1 and 4 apples. That's what you have. Okay? When they're not alike, when they don't look alike, when they don't look exactly alike, you cannot add them. If they have the same variable, can you add them? Andrew?
Yes.
Yeah, are you concentrating on what we're talking about? Or are you just... Well, you're not helping yourselves. Are you? Go to number 7 in your book, on page 320. Same page you did for today. And look at this, this expression. 9a's plus 15a's minus 6. And it says that a equals 3. So we're going to, excuse me, we're going to evaluate this expression, meaning that we're going to put the value of a in. But before we do that, we can simplify this expression by combining the like terms or adding the like terms. So add 9a's plus 15a's first. You might want to write this down because this is going to be part of your homework. Devlin.
24a's.
Correct. 24a's. We can add these two first. And can we add the negative 6 to this? No, because it's not negative 6a's. It's just negative 6. So I put the plus sign in front of the minus sign because we always do that. And now we've simplified it. So now we can replace the 3 with the a and do that. 24 times 3 plus negative 6. What's 24 times 3?
72.
72, yep. 3 times 20 is 60. And 3 times 4 is 12. Right? So 3 times 20, 60 plus 3 times 4 is 12. 60 plus 12 is 72. Plus negative 6. 72 take away 6. Maya? Oh, positive, because this is the bigger number is positive. Okay? Positive 66. Yep. Questions on number 7? When adding and subtracting it does, because now we're just taking away. We're not multiplying, we're just taking away. Let's do number 8 together. Do another example together. Number 8, 4x minus 12 plus 5x. And it says x equals 6. And it says combine like terms first. Always put the plus sign in. This is important in this one because if they're all addition, now we can use the commutative property. Okay, we can switch these numbers around and we can add these first. These are like terms. So how many x's do we have? So 4x's plus 5x's,
Oh, 9.
9x's. Plus, can we add the negative 12 to 9x? Is this negative 12x or just negative 12? Just negative 12. This is 9x's. Can we add these two? No, they don't look alike. One of them has an x next to it. One of them is being multiplied by x. The other one is not. So these are not alike. We cannot add these together. So we can substitute 6 in for x. 9 times 6 plus negative 12. 9 times 6 is 54 plus negative 12 equals 42. Right? Are you with me? Is this making sense? Four x's plus 5x's is 9x's. We can't add negative 12 because it's not negative 12x's. They're not alike. We can only add like terms. Okay? Alright, I want you to practice this with 19 through 24 and 26.